Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, we don't have like all that options, man. Yeah, now maybe you can do that. No, if I select like, the first one, everyone will post some. I saw like, I face like lot of issues. Some people may post some nonsense also. That is only the reason. If I found anything from one person, then I left that. I mean, I don't want to give even that permissions. If you need anything, you can do a comment and you can do that. Okay. Because like I personally feel, I don't know that like from there are like couple of people who are from like different courses and different institutes. When I start my session, like they pinged in a different manner. I mean, not even me. I personally feel, I mean, seen like different situations like that. That is only the reason, because all people like wants to. I mean, all student wants to learn subject, but there are like one set of people. They always disturb the sessions. I don't know what they are getting. They will be unpaid only for long. The people who learn perfectly, they will be in high-tech city doing the job. And the people who are doing like in that nonsense, they will be in Amirpet, they joining the courses. Okay. And they poke like, the sessions. That means while doing the session. That even. Okay. Well, you may try at least for one day. Later, you can ask me the questions about that. Okay. I've given the permissions as well. You may post anything if you need. If someone like, see that, then they can reply. Right. Okay, fine. This is all like, we have seen how do we work with the structural directive, where we have used ng if, ng for, and also ng switch and ng if then else, and also content projection by using an ng template. So different examples that what I have explained as the part of the directives program. But still, again, I'm telling you, directives are not yet done. I told you 3 different types of directives, right? I told you 3 different types of directives. One is going to be structural. Another one is going to be attribute based. And the third one is going to be components. So structural directives, which will add or remove the HTML at runtime. At runtime. Whenever if you wanted to add or remove that element at runtime, there you can go with the structural directive. Attribute directives, these are used to change the behavior like styles at runtime. That means based on the condition I wanted to apply the styles at runtime. There you can go with the attribute directive, or else some people may call it as a behavioral directives as well. Behavioral directives as well. That's up to you. What you guys wants to call, that's your wish. Anything is fine. Structural, which will add or remove the HTML at runtime. And we have that examples like what? Ng if, Ng for, and also Ng switch, that what we are having. And when it comes to here, we have that examples. Examples are going to be what? We have two here. The first one is that Ng style, and the next one is going to be Ng class that we have. And when I say about the component, components are what? These are also directives which will be accessed with selector, That means every component when you create it, there we have a selector, right? We have a decorator with the name @component, and in that decorator we have selector is available, which will use it to invoke the particular component. Components also directives only, which will be accessed with the help of selector, which contains a template, which contains the template. Template is nothing but the HTML. But when it comes to structural directive and behavioral directive, we don't have any kind of templates. Okay, we don't have any kind of template. But when it comes to the component will comes with the template. That means these are also directive, which will be accessed with the help of selector, and which contains the template. A template is nothing but the HTML that we are having. Like that, we have different directives are available. And here we have seen like how do we work with structural directive, and we have seen how do we work with component based directive. Now in today's session onwards, we will understand how we can work with behavioral directive. Those are what we call it as Ng style and Ng class. Understand? Ng style, and then we have what? Ng class. So how we can make use of it? I will tell you a simple example, and then we'll make a complex one. So first one is the Ng class. It is used to apply the styles. Okay, styles, or else I can say CSS classes dynamically. It is used to apply the styles or CSS classes dynamically to any element. When I say about to dynamically, it is not at the design time, it is at the runtime. That means at runtime, it will apply. At runtime, it will apply. And here we have three ways. We can apply styles in three different ways. So the first one is going to be using string. Next one, using an array. And third one is going to be using an object. Okay, we have three things. First one is going to be using a string we can apply. Directly by writing the string you can apply, or else you can apply a group of values in the form of an array. And the third one is going to be we can apply like an object. So that means how we can do that? Just I will give you a simple syntax here so that you will understand everything. Suppose let's say I may take like a div, but when I'm using in the syntax, div means don't fix for the div for any element. I'm specifying very clearly that it is not only stick for the div, we can apply for any element. Now what I can do, I'll take a div. I'm using what? Ng class is equal to what you can do? You can give the class name and make sure the class name should be in single quotation. So whatever the class name you wanted to give, you can just give it over there. That's up to you. That means whenever you can give like this, So whenever if you can give the class name, then this particular div will apply this one. And at the same time, multiple if you wanted to apply, there I can take a div and I'm going to close the div here. 1 second, please. Okay. I have given a div and here I can give what? ng class one more time and I can apply what? An array of items here again. Let me give an array here and we can give maybe let's say class 1 and then we have class 2 and then we have class 3. Okay, we have class 3. And you can see the third one, as I told you, we can apply with the help of an object as well. So how we can make use of it? I'll take a div one more time. Let's have the div. And here I'm going to use an ng class is equal to now here I'll be using an an object here. So the first one is going to be, you can give class 1 and based upon that you can give either the true or you can give the false. And again, I'll be giving class 2 and you may give false value. So like that it is going to. Understand? So this is how it is. That means you can give either directly the class name or you can give an array or you may give what? An object as well. Let me show you an example like how we can use it so that it will be easy. Before that, let me create. Now, any questions here? Any questions here? Once we see that object is little confusing. Okay, I will show you an example so that it will be easy. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll create an example quickly so that it is very easy for you. I'll open full stack Angular example. Okay, I'll go with Angular examples here. Let me open my command prompt. Code space dot. No, Sudhaman, it is all depend on the requirement. Okay, I will show you an example. Okay, first I'll right click here and then open with integrated terminal. Okay, let's generate an example here. ng g c for the component and the name of the component is going to be maybe let's say class demo. Class demo, that what I can use, hyphen skip hyphen test, that what I can use. Right. I'll clear my screen and I go to the app and class demo and very basic things that what we are having. I'll be doing that. Let us copy this and go to the index.html and where I can give app class demo is the one and then following with app component.module. I'll copy this and then giving it over here. Save this and also we are going to run this application ng yes -o -project is equal to directives demo, that what I can give. When I click on OK, then it will get compiled and open the top. Now you see the class demo works is working fine. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to create some styles here. Okay. HTML and CSS. Now first what I want to do, I'll write like, some CSS classes. Let's say background style that what I can use. And I'm going to apply a background color as going to be some yellow, green, red, whatever you can give. And at the same time, I'll be writing some text styles. Okay. And I wanted to write color as going to be red. And after that, let's give text align as going to be center that what I can give. And then padding as going to be 10 pixel that what I can. And the next one is going to be, I just want to write, okay, and another CSS class that is border style, where I can give some border as going to be 2 pixel, solid, and red color. Any doubts here? I'm not discussing anything. These are just a CSS classes that what I have created. Nothing apart from that one. Basic CSS classes. Okay. Basic CSS. If you don't know anything about CSS, I can't do anything. These are basic classes I have created. Okay. Basic CSS. Maybe, okay. BG style, text style, and border style. Now, I'm going to apply these things over here. No, it's background color is predefined. I created a class here. Text style is created by me, but all these properties are predefined. Okay. And border style is created by me. And here I have given the border property. Okay. And now what I want to do. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Now what I want to do here is, so the first thing is going to be, I'll go to my HTML page. And then I'm going to write it over there. So let's say I'll have a class and the name of this one is going to be container fluid is the one that what I have given. And after that, I am using H2 class binding. And here what I want to do, I'll create 3 checkboxes. Okay, I'll create what? 3 checkboxes that what I wanted to give. And I wanted to apply them. That is what my requirement. So how we can do that? How to create a checkbox? Tell me. In HTML, how to create a checkbox? Input type is going to be very good. We will be creating like that. Let's say I'll be using a list. Let me give list unstyled. Okay, unstyled is the one that what I have given. And after that, I'll take an li tag. Li tag will contain, li tag will contain what? Input type as going to be checkbox. Li tag will contain input type as checkbox. And here, right, this is how it is. And we have what? 3 checkboxes that what I just wanted to create so that I can write like this. Like this it is. Input type equal to checkbox. And if you wanted to give any name, you can. Otherwise, you can give an ID. Now, what I just want to do is, I don't want to send any value to the TS file. Rather, I want to use the value directly from here. That means I told you in MVC architecture, in data binding, MVC we discussed. What we are doing, we send this value by using an NG model, right? Did you remember? Did you remember or not? Tell me. We use what? NG model is equal to, you may give the name of some property here, right? You can give, this is going to be, let's say, background. Okay, background. And I'm creating it as going to be, let's say, some Boolean. Okay, some Boolean that what I can give. And here also, I'll be using it. Background that what I can use. And initially, I'll make it as false so that it will be easy. So generally, here, the two-way data binding, we are using how I created a variable in the TypeScript file, and the same thing, I use it with the help of an NG model, and whatever the property I used here, same property, I can use it here. This is one way what the data will be transferred from component to HTML and HTML to component. That is how the data flow is going. But apart from that, I mean, this architecture generally what we call it as MVC behind. I mean, it's completely MVC. But we have another option, if you could remember, MVVM is also there, model view and view model. That means there itself, within the view itself, you can create the variable and you can assign the value and you can get the value. Did you understand? So you can do that one. So how we can do that one? To do that, what I can do, you need not to create any variable here. You may remove it and save this application once. And now here, what you can do is the variables also would be created here itself directly. That means the variables also would be created here itself directly. So how we can use it? Simply, first you can use ng model, and second thing, you use a reference variable and create the variable that's your wish. Now the first checkbox, I just wanted to use it for maybe let's say border. And second, I'm creating a variable. This is what we call it as a template reference variable, which will be used in the MVVM in order to share the data. This is a template reference variable. It is exactly similar to the way how I have created earlier, right? Exactly similar to that. But how it is going to be given? This is the syntax. You can give an ng mode here. That's it. That means instead of creating a variable separately in the controller, that is the TS file, what I can do within the view itself, I'm going to create a variable with the help of ng model. I'm creating a variable with the help of ng model. This is the variable, and this variable is technically we call it as template reference variable. This variable technically we call it as template reference variable. Understood? Like that you can create. So the next variable, suppose I wanted to create the next variable is going to be maybe let's say, and here I'll be giving border, and maybe here I can say background I can give is equal to ng model that what I can give, and create another variable here. This is what it's a background, right? Background that what I can give, and the next one is going to be I wanted to give the text property, so that text equal to ng model that what I can give. Text equal to ng model I can give. Let me give the text over there. Understood? This architecture generally what we call it as MVVM. That means model view and view model. That means here itself we create the variable and we use these variables directly in the view page itself. Okay, we use that in the view itself directly. View model and model view. View model and model view. How to create? Just you can use a hash and then give the name of the variable. Give a hash and give the name of the variable like that it is. Clear now? Clear. That is in CSS. Right now we are in HTML page, right, Prakash? And also the next one is going to be, we go with what? ng modal has to be given. When you give ng modal, then internally it creates a variable. You can see it's a reference variable. See this. Background is a reference variable. Any name you can give for the variable. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's okay. It's okay. I created like, BG style. Prakash, BG style, text style. Yes, we have to give the value as ng modal. We must have to give. That is the syntax. It's not created by me. It's a syntax from the Angular team as well. Okay. In HTML file, use CSS ID. Why? Why, Prakash? Prakash, why? Right now we are discussing about a directive that is ng class, right? Then why ID? Right? Yes. Before template reference variable. I mean, not before that exactly. That's up to you. Anywhere. But for this one, give outside ng modal. And for the variable also, you should give the ng modal. Both has to be given. Okay. This is what generally we call it as MVVM. Modal view and a view model. Right. Very good. Now what I want to do, I just want to display this particular one. Maybe I can take my name. Okay, just let me give my name over here, Srikanth Ralabandi. I'll create like, I'll displaying for 3 times. Now, what syntax I told you here, the first syntax is going to be directly you can apply the class name, right? Now, how I can apply the class name here? You can see that what I can use, I use ng class is equal to, you can give the name of the class. That's up to you. Whatever the name of the class you guys wants to give, you can give it over there. Now, what is the name of the class here? I just wanted to give the first one is going to be background style. So that here you can give a class name, BG style. I'll go to here and save it. Now you see the time when I'm giving the BG style, you can see I'm able to get it. Understand? I'm able to get it over there. Generally also you can apply. Srikanth, what is the advantage? Nothing. If you can go with a simple one, then there is no use of it. But if you can use an object, then that would be different. I will tell you that. Suppose I wanted to apply, let's say, multiple classes. Okay, I wanted to apply multiple. So how I can make use of it? Directly we can take an array and we can give. So that what I can do, I'm using ng class is equal to, you can give the class names. Whatever the class names we are having here, I wanted to apply the background style. That is the first one. And then I'll give a comma. And then you can see, I just wanted to apply the text style here. I'm sorry. Text style here. So that I can give it like this. And the third one is going to be, I can apply the border style. Let me copy that and then giving it over here. That's it. Now you can see when I'm giving those, I'm able to see like, all the data. Okay. Now these two, it's okay. Fine. We don't have any issues. But you see, I wanted to apply the styles based on this particular selection. Okay. For the third one, there you can go with the third syntax. That is what the object. That means dynamically, I wanted to apply the styles. So how I can do that one? Let me show you. Now here also, I'll go with ng class only, but this time what I can do is I'll be using an object, and here inside that particular object, I'll be giving the styles. So the first style is going to be a background style that what I'm applying, based on what the value that user has selected here, right? Yes or no? Based on this selection, I wanted to apply. Now, how I can get the value? For that only, we have created a template reference variable. Now, what is the template reference variable? Border. Border will contain all the object reference here. Now, from here, whatever the value we are having, I can get the value and assigning. Suppose if user has selected, then that will be true. If user is not selected, then that will become the false. Like that it is going to be. And the next one is going to be, I just wanted to apply the second property, that is the text style is the CSS class that we have created. Now for this one also, we have created what? A template reference. Text is the template reference. So that I'll be using text dot value, I can say. And the third one you can see, the third one you may give. What is the third one? We have the border style class is available. I'll be giving the border style based on the checkbox. Now I can go with the border. Let's go with the border dot. We have the value property. That's it. Now you can see when I'm selecting this and then come back here, right now it is not selected. Am I assigned border 2 times? Very good. Just a minute. BG style. It's a background. I'm sorry. It's a background. BG means. Okay. Thanks, Vamsi. Okay. Now you can see right now this is how it is going to be. These two, like, it's very simple. Normally also you can do. That's up to you. But you can see when I select the border, am I able to get the border or not? See that? Hello. And when I'm selecting the background, I'm able to get the background effects. When I select the text, I'm able to get the text effects. Border, text, whatever like you guys have selected, you may get it. So this is how dynamically we are going to apply the styles with the help of ng class. Clear now? Clear now? Now, Srikanth, can I do like, the same thing? Reference template variable used only in objects, sir. Yes, it is used only in there. Yes. No. Array we can't. That is where the third one, whatever I have explained, object type. Object is we are using mostly. First two, like, it's like, not required even. But we have a syntax, that's it. That is where I used. Sir, hash used in CSS for ID. Yes, Prakash, hash is used in CSS for ID. But we are not discussing with the ID. We are discussing for the classes, right? That is what. Okay, na? Right, very good. Next. Next. No, this is an MVVM architecture, Abhishek. MVVM. If you don't want to follow this one, same example, what you can do is, I'll write it for one more time. Same example. What you can do is create three variables. Okay, here itself create three variables. What variables here? Background, text, and the third one is going to be border, right? I'll go with the background, which is of type Boolean and initialize with some value. Text is the property, which is also of type Boolean, initialize with the false. And also the third one is going to be, we have the border. Maybe you can give the border, okay, which is also of type Boolean. I'll make it as going to be false. This is the first one, okay? And then what you can do is, instead of creating like this, you can give directly the background, you can give the text, and you can give this one. And at the same time, create like, the list items. Okay, create the list item where it contain input type as going to be checkbox. And how many times? 3 times. And here what you can do, you can give here with the help of ng model. Okay, ng model is equal to whatever the properties you want to give, you can give. I gave like, the border here, and here also will be giving the border. And at the same time, I'll give what? ng model is equal to, the second one is going to be, maybe I can say text. Here also you supposed to give the text. And here also, let me give an ng model, I can say, is equal to, I'll be writing something like background, that what I can give. And here I can write something like a background. That's it. This is also fine. This is like, exactly the previous one, that what we have done. What we have done, like, earlier, this is how it is going to be. You can see text property, and you can go with the background. If you can follow this one, this is generally what we call it as MVC architecture. Okay, MVC. In MVC, what happened? First, you declare the properties here in the TS file. In TS file, generally we call it as technically controller. Okay, controller. Technically we call it as controller. We declared here, and then we can make use with the help of what? The ng model, like in this way. This is what MVC. Now we have another option is also there. That is what MVVM. What is MVVM? MVVM is nothing but you can create the variable with the help of hash and then assign a value that is ng model. And directly you can use it. If you can follow MVVM, then no need to create the variables here. Okay, no need to create the properties there. If you can follow that MVC, then you must have to create the property there. Did you understand now? Tell me. Right. Anything is fine, guys. Anything is fine. But MVC is most used one. That is where many examples I used MVC only. But we have another option also to use to create the variable. That is what MVVM also. In the last example, if you can remember, I used this MVVM approach also. That is where I thought of like explain this one, but I forgot to explain. So that is where today I covered that concept as well. Okay, na? Hello. Okay. Yes, I used it in yesterday's example. That is where I remember that like it was not covered. That is where I have taken today with these two. Either MVVM you can follow if you are having very limited, or else if you are having more, you can go with MVC also. That's up to you. Anything is fine. Yes, ng model should be used only for the forms. it should be used only for that input elements only, like input type text button, sorry, text checkbox, radio button, something like. Okay. Hmm. Well, yes, in MVVM, we must have to give the value followed by. Okay, we must have to give the value. What happened, this border, whatever we have created, it will get the whole reference of this object. And from here, whatever the value user has selected, I wanted to get that value so that you should give what that one. Notes are not available in second Google Classroom. Just give me 1 minute, please. Give me 1 minute, please. Meanwhile, any questions if you have, please ask me. I'll just see the second, how we identify which is MVC or which one is MVVM. Pranay, just now I told you how you can identify if the variables are created. Okay. If the variables are created, what? There, I mean, in the TS file, then that is MVC, right? If it is not created, then that is MVVM. Okay, right. Strange thing is, Karthik, MVC is more recommended. MVC is more recommended. Karthik is the only one person. Karthik, I don't know that why, who gave this link? Who gave this link? You are the only person here. I'll share you the link. Got from Helpet Naresh. Right? Okay, do one thing. I don't know why people blindly join like many. I shared you the link. So please access from there. Okay. Those who don't have, please access this. Okay. This link you just open. Karthik, try to open this once, please. Okay. Otherwise, I'll upload there also. Don't worry. I'll upload there also. Don't worry. Okay. I'll upload in both. Don't worry. In second link also, I'll upload everything. But first we'll cover everything. Still we haven't discussed many things, right? I'll just upload. Give me a minute. Okay, I posted in that link as well. Examples also I'll upload. Don't worry. There was an error. Maybe I joined here. Don't worry. I'll try to upload everything. If it supports like maybe content is more, that is where it is giving us an error. I'll just check and update you. Vamshi, I'm not sure on that. Okay. Okay, let it be the next one. I'm giving you a simple assignment to you if you are okay. Okay. I'm giving you a simple assignment. So that assignment is going to be like this. Okay. Assignment, just to note it down. Enter username. So user may enter that username. The username is going to be, you can enter here by taking a text box. And after that, I'll ask the user to enter the password. Enter password. So how I can give the password? Again, we have an input type as going to be text box. That's up to you. Okay. So like that it is going to be. And the next one, we have a login button. We have a login button here. You can see there is a button with the name login. Now the requirement is going to be when user give admin and password is also going to be an admin, then this total form, this is a form, right? This is generally a form. This total form background would be in green color. Okay, background is in green color. Suppose like, if user has given different, then the background would be in red color. Did you understand what I'm? Yes or no? Tell me. Hello. Okay. So that means two things here. The first one is going to be what? Based on the value. Based on the value, it has to change. Okay, I'll explain one more time as someone is asking. This is the page. Okay, this is the components HTML page. Inside the page, what I am using a simple form. Okay, I use a simple form. And the form is asking me to enter the username and form is asking me to enter the password. When user has entered the username and password and then click on login, I'll write a simple event for that one functionality on my component page and I'm going to write it over there. That is what my requirement. Now here, the original requirement is once if user has entered admin and admin, because we don't have any database interaction over here directly. So that what happened when user has given admin and admin in these two text boxes and click on login, this form background color would be in green color. Did you understand? This total form background color would be in green color. Suppose if user has given admin and any other value rather than these two, any other value if user has given, then this total form background would be in red color. Did you understand now clearly? Tell me. Okay. So you may take a snapshot or you can take a simple picture from your mobile. Do whatever you want. You can take a screenshot also. That's up to you. I'll give 1 minute. Quickly do that and try to complete that assignments. So this is all about what? NG class. And the next one we are having NG style is available. I'll go with the next one. And the next one is going to be what we are having? NG style. Okay. NG style is available. Now here it is used to apply the CSS style properties to the HTML elements dynamically. That means what here? Sorry, Ashwin, you can try, because like I don't know that like what you guys are doing at that time. What you are not understand, just please do let me know so that I can explain you that. Which part you are not understand? Assignment. Yes. See. Okay, it's so. Create a HTML, okay? Create a HTML. There we have the form. You know what is a form, right? Inside the form, what we are having? Two text boxes. One is used to take the username, another one is used to take the password. And then we have a login button. When user has entered like admin and then click on login. Okay, when I say about admin and admin, both are going to be what? Right. I'm assuming that both are admin, right? Then this total form background color will become as green. It should become as green color. Clear na? Any value user has given. Any value user has given in place of admin 123, or else like in place of password something else. If user has given, the background color is going to be changed to red color. Clear na? Ashwin? Cool, thanks. Right. Now the next concept is going to be NG style. So NG class is used to apply the styles. That is what the CSS classes dynamically to any of the HTML element. But when I say about NG style, it is also used for the same purpose. But the only difference is here you can apply the classes and here you can apply the properties. That is only the difference. Understand? That means a dynamic value if you wanted to give, then at that time you can use this particular one. That means inline styles, generally these are defines the inline styles for the HTML elements. Now, you know, when it comes to CSS, we have 3 ways to apply the styles. Did you remember? Tell me. Generally, this is not an Angular question, a basic CSS question I'm asking you. We have 3 ways to apply the styles by using CSS. First one is going to be, we have inline, inline, and then next one, external, and before that we have very good, internal. Inline, internal, and external. Inline means what? Directly within the HTML you can write the styles, right? Yes or no? Directly within the HTML by using style you can apply the style, something like this, color colon, red has to be given, something blah, 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 whatever you want to write, you can write. External means what? Sorry, internal means what? Here we use what? Style tag and apply the styles. Very good. That means within the HTML page, we use the style tag and define the styles that are required for us. And the third one is going to be external. Here we create a separate CSS page, okay, CSS page or file, and define the styles. And define the styles, I can say. That means anything you can take. Generally, when it comes to the style point of view, we have three ways. One is inline, another one is internal, third one is external. Inline means what? Within the same HTML, we can apply the styles by using what? Style tag, style attribute, I'm sorry. And internal means what we are doing? On the HTML page, in the head section, we use what? A style tag. There you can define the styles. And when I say about external is going to be what? We can have a separate CSS and define the styles. Okay. One second, please. Okay. So like that, we are having three. Now what I can do here is, here, let's say when I use like NG style, when you use the NG style, these are completely an inline styles. Okay, these are completely an inline styles for the HTML elements. It's completely inline styles for the HTML elements. That is how it is going to. Now what I can do, I'll just show you. And before that, let me give you a syntax over here quickly. How we can use. And the advantage is going to be, it might take like more time, but I have an office. Okay, the limitation is going to be, it is not more reusable. That is the one limitation, reusable, and also it is faster in rendering. Rendering is very much faster here. So how I can apply that is, I'll write the syntax, but example we'll say that tomorrow. And for you, the today's assignment is going to be complete this one, and also just to go through the CSS once again, how we can apply the styles inline, how we can apply the styles in internal, how we can apply the styles in external. This part just you can use it. Okay, let me take the div and I'm going to close the div here. And at the same time, if you wanted to apply the styles, there you can give ng style here. Okay, there I can say that ng style is equal to whatever the properties you people wants to give, you can give it over there. Now what I can do, I can give the attribute name, that is the property name, and then you can give the value. Understood? And at the same time, I can give an attribute and then you can give the value. Now here, these values you can dynamically give from your code. Understood? These values you can give dynamically from the code. This generally what we call it as style binding. ng style or some people may call it as style binding also. And here, right now, whatever we discussed here, this is an NG class, and some people may call it as a class binding as well. That's up to you. Any name you may call. NG class, you can call it as class binding. NG style, you may call it as style binding. That is how it is going. Okay. So I'm going to take like a good example for this particular NG style by tomorrow, so that like you will understand. Okay. With this, like we complete the directives section, and then in the next session, we will start how do we work with maybe events or